Alright guys, so I'm back. Third time's the charm. Third time is the charm. This thing. Alright. Let's see here. So, ran into a couple snafus. Alright, so the main thing I want to talk about today is Alright. Oh man. Okay. Third time's the charm. We're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it right. We always do. So, what I'm looking at today, what I'm talking about today is the issue with the command prompt getting stuck on the screen. Alright, so I just did another quick little live and found some issues with what I was actually trying to do. And so now I got that situated, so now I can just give it to you quick, and then you can pick it up and move on. Alright, so the main thing that I was looking at was that there was a command prompt. So if you just get onto any screen, you type in and you get the command line that comes up. Well, this command prompt was stuck on my screen, and every time I tried to click off of it or do something different, it would go ding, ding, ding. And you know, that's not helpful. So what I had to do, I found out a lot of things here in the last 20 minutes that you know, hopefully I can spare you that 20 minutes. I can get it to you in like 2 minutes. But so one of the main things was that in order for me to get that that ding to go away, I had to get out of that prompt. I had to get past that prompt, and the main way I could think to get past that prompt was to enter something in the command line, which it, like this, when I'm clicking on it, it wasn't letting me enter anything into the matter of fact, you can't even see that command prompt. Let me see if I can make that so you can see it, because this thing is a bane of my existence and you can't even see that you can't even see that. It's in the middle of my screen and you don't even see it. There it is. It's big. Well, over here is big. You still can't see it, huh? Oh, it's up here. Well, so on my screen, it's like right there, right in the middle. Okay, it's like boom, it's in the way. All right, so when I'm trying to type something into it, it's not going away. It's not going away. It's not going away. I can't even drag it off of the screen. So what I found out is that you can come up here to the top of the screen where it says type symbol or command. That's the command line prompt there. You can type in what you want to type in up there. I'm not going to mess up my Tesla screen, which I think I already have. So that sucks. That sucks. All right, and I'll tell you why in a minute. All right, so we go here in MGRX. We'll type that in, and so that changes everything. That changes the tickers on this local workspace. Changes all the chart analysis and anything else that I might have linked to that symbol. And it gets rid of that prompt, which is cool. Like if I type it, if I tap in this chart up here, I can type what I want to, and it'll come in the command line. Tap here, type what I want to, come in the command line. Up here, type what I want to, come in the command line. Down here, for whatever reason, in this chart analysis may be messed up. Maybe something wrong with it. All of these three down at the bottom, it's not coming up. But I can go back at the top, type in what I want, and that command prompt comes up, it clears out, and it gets that prompt off of my screen. So, and actually, curiously enough, if I look at what you guys are seeing, it's still up there. What I'm looking at is gone. So that is very curious. Okay, so technically it's still here. If you guys can see it, technically it's still here, and if I hit Alt-Tab, it doesn't show up. So I don't know what the heck is going on. So it's still it's still in limbo on these bottom three. But it at least allows me to do what I need to do based on using this linking function. Linking. All right, so if you want to change the link, tap that right there. You can do local symbol link, or you can do global symbol link. I haven't figured out what local listener symbol link is. Yeah, maybe I'll figure that out one day. I should really do it right now, but I don't want to take your guys' time. But I do want to do it right now. So a local listener link is represented by a button. Local listener links only receive symbol or interval changes from any other window within the same open workspace. Well, yeah. I mean, but it's just like a local link, right? A local link sends and receives symbol or interval information to other windows with matching link groups. So this one, links only receive symbol or interval changes from any other window within the same open workspace. So I can see how that would be useful. So like up here, well, I mean, probably don't want to use it up here right now because I'm having this issue. But up here, when you're looking at time and sales, like this would be a good place to put like a local listener symbol link, right? Because don't you want that to, you don't really want to be changing the symbol here on the time and sales. You want to change it on your chart, and you want the time and sales to pay attention to what you're doing on the chart and just match that. And the only real difference, it sounds like, based on the definition, is that if you change it here, it changes it everywhere. If you change it here, it changes it everywhere. If you change it here, because it's linked, it changes it everywhere. The only other difference it looks like is if you change it here, it will change here, but you cannot change it here. So let's try it. Let's see. MG, let's do Tesla. Okay, so we were able to change it here, but the listener looks like it would change this one here too. So but it only receives, so it doesn't send out. MGRX. So MGRX is here. It didn't change here. Oh, and then you can change that back, right back too. I'll have to play around with that some more. What's what I've been looking at today is TIVC. Alright. So when I typed it here, it went here because that's listening. Now if I type it in this one, it changes it here because it's listening. But that's just like Lincoln. I mean, Lincoln, Nebraska. So, I have to keep playing with that. See why that's beneficial. Local listener symbol link. It receives. Technically, it did send because it was listening to this one. So, like I said, it looks just like a regular link. Now, if I do local here, yeah, I don't know. That did it say on the same workspace? Same workspace. Local listener links only receive symbol or interval changes from any other window within the same open workspace. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not going to figure that one out right now because based on the terminology, it doesn't seem to, it's not doing it for me. Either that or I'm looking way more into it. I'm trying to look for something way more complex and it's not, and that's what's confusing me. Alright, but let's go back to this. And all right, so this is what Tesla's doing. This is what Tesla is doing here. This is what Tesla is doing here. Oh, guys, I got a new computer, okay? And that's why I'm able to go through this so quickly now, and I don't have all my other stuff. Okay, what happened here? What happened here? The command prompt thing changed, right? I'm looking on your script, what you see, and it changed. So does that mean that it went away? I don't know, man. This thing is banana. Is it behind here? Is it behind here on the workspace? Is it hiding? Now it popped back up when I typed it. And I cannot exit off of it, which is crazy. But I can hit escape. And when I hit escape, it goes away on my side, but it looks like you guys still see it, which also is crazy. So, and then when I change to another thing, it's still showing there. So, I don't know. We're going to get that out of your way. Alright, so, got another computer, finally. The computer that I had before, it was a, here it is. This is what was doing all the dirty work, right? This is the, this is my old Lenovo laptop. I got it primarily for real estate and to work the word process and that kind of stuff. And it did great. It did what it was supposed to do. But now it's time to do something else. I need something a little bit faster, a little bit stronger, so I can do the programming, so I can run charts all day long, so I can receive a lot of data, and that way I can, kind of compute and crunch the data, see what's going on. And I need it to be able to consistently and reliably run for long periods of time. And today is day one. Well, I got it yesterday. I've been setting it up all day yesterday and then today, and it's been doing really well so far. That doesn't mean that it won't crap out on me at some point. It probably, I don't know, whatever. I intend to run it as hard as I can to get to the bottom of this day trading stuff. But that's neither here nor there. All right, but what we do need to talk about is the specs. So on my old computer, apparently it was an i5. I don't know what generation it was. Let's see. I'll tell you real quick. Hold on. So this one was an i5, and I don't even know what version it was, but and even now, as I'm just trying to type this in, I mean it's just hanging up on me. I don't even know what it's doing. Ooh, I guess it decided to start an update. Which I don't think it needed. But it's an i5 with 8 gigabytes of RAM, and the one that I have now is an i7. It's a 13th generation, and it has 16 gigabytes RAM. I actually wanted to get the 32 gigabyte RAM one. They didn't have it. I just buy the RAM, right? I guess. Let's see. But this 16 right now so far, man, it is doing great. I mean, I'm not having any hang-ups or anything, and it's handling all this data. I've got like 2 desktops open, plus the streaming software here. And on each desktop, I've got, 3, 6, 8 charts open on each desktop. I've got a couple different workspaces open, so there's a lot of data feed. There's a lot of data streams coming in, and it hasn't yet told me pump your brakes, which this computer here in the last week or so has been telling me pump your brakes because we can't handle it. So, and then I knew it was time. All right, so the laptop that I have here, it's an i5. I guess it's the 6th generation, maybe. It's a i5 6200 CPU at 2.3 gigahertz and 8 gigabytes of RAM, right? 8 gigabytes. All right, so the bad boy I got now is it's a 13th generation i7, so it's a i7 13700, 2.10 gigahertz, and it's got 16 gigabytes of RAM. So it's and this one's running Windows 11. I don't think that really matters, except for the fact that some of the support, I think, is, you know, going away for Windows 10, which I have here, but this was Windows 10. So at any rate, we're gonna keep moving on. I haven't made any scripts in a while, and when I had the laptop, I had a monitor here and a monitor here and the laptop, so I had 3 monitors, and that worked really well with the programming and everything like that. Now I only have 2 monitors, so I don't know that I'm going to want to do as much with the programming right now. I do have another monitor that I'm looking at. That's a touch screen that I can plug into this, and I get back to my program. So let's look at, let's put together one quick little algorithm and just see how it does. All right, I don't want to close this out. I've been eyeing TIVC, looking at it, just seeing what it does on the larger grand scheme of things. You see what we got going on here. This was pre-market here, moved up. It's been kind of chopping down ever since. One of the scripts that I put together for bid and ask price and sizes, you see that the blue line is the bid, the amount of bids. So it's, you know, it's your buyer sentiment. So it's not the sales that actually happen. It's what showed up on the bid book to buy. Red is asked to sell, right? So, and then also when it gets to be above a certain threshold, I've got it so that it puts a black or a green dot on the screen. So let's look a little bit closer in. You see this huge blue spike right here, and then we get a little pullback, right? We got some of these larger blue spikes here, and at that point, at least in this category, it looks like that's probably the in this category here, this range here, looks like that might be where it halted its drop, right? Boom, something like that. Looks like that's maybe the lowest of the drop before it starts moving laterally. So, I mean, what do you take from that? I don't know. I'm actually, like I said, I'm excited that I got this new computer so that I can look at all this data and I can actually make sense of it. Because the problem is, and you know, with trading, man, there's so much going on. There's technical analysis. There's just price action. There's volume. There's the moving averages. There's again, when I say price action, I don't just mean the up and down. I also mean the volatility, how quickly it moves up and down, how far it moves up and down. And then in volume, it's not just volume at the price level, how much volume you have at this 1 minute or at this 15 seconds or in this 5 minutes. There's also how much volume was at this mark. How quickly it moved down here before you had volume here. And then what did this volume look like? Was this a little bit of volume or a lot of volume? And then not only that, but this volume here and this volume here, was it, were they asks? Were they bids? Were they above? Was somebody buying above the ask or the bid? So there's a lot of different components, and I'm sure that people probably do well at trading just one idea, one concept. But for me, I'm trying to figure out what's the best picture, right? What's the best picture? Because I think what I'm starting to see, and like I said, today is just like day one for me having the new computer, being able to really track a lot of information. So like I said, I'm tracking it here for TIVC. I got one tracking for Tesla. And then I can track a bunch of other ones, and it's like the computer hasn't even hiccuped yet. I mean, it's still wanting more, wanting a challenge, and I'm gonna give it to it. I'm gonna ask so much data from this thing. But then at the end of the day, I take this, I screenshot it, I move it over into my one of my tablets, and then I can sit back and I can actually look and digest the information. You can't digest the information when you're in the middle of a trade and you're losing or winning, whatever. You can't digest that information right then. All right. So, like I said, at market open, we see that the stock moved down here, and as it's moving down, we got sales coming in, right? So we got these black dots. We got selling pressure coming in. So that means that there's people that are wanting to sell. This doesn't necessarily mean that people sold right here. It just means that there were asks put right here, and so again, people may have not actually sold as much here as we think they did, but we know that there are people willing to sell as it's coming down. So what does that mean? That means that when you get to the bottom and you do find a dip, you do find support, that means that as the stock starts moving up, smart money, people who have x-ray vision, people who are probably plotting and doing what I'm doing, they know that on the way up, there's people willing to sell to them. There's people willing to sell to them, right? On the way up. If smart money or somebody was wanting to take a large position and they wanted to do it on the way down, they could do it on the way down. However, they keep moving the price lower. That continues to undervalue the stock. That continues to pique the interest of shorters and sellers, and so they don't want to move it down too much. But they need to be able to move it. They need to be able to get into their position, whether it's a large position. They need to be able to get into position over a period of time and stay in that same kind of range, get it in that same kind of value. And the only way that they can really do that is if they know they have somebody they can sell to, and they know that they are strong enough or big enough that they can keep it from dropping out if it starts to drop too much. And that's where you see support and demand. So that's kind of cool, man. I really enjoy this stuff. But let's look and see what has, and see all my green dots. So we had all the black dots up here earlier, right? The first part of the day as it was moving down. Then we got this blue area that we identified. And then look at this. You got a lot of bids coming in there too. And there's your blue dots. All right. So now we're not seeing many more selling opportunities. So we're not seeing a lot more. We're not seeing the availability of the shares as much anymore. So now, if buyers want to buy, they gotta buy high, right? If buyers want to buy, they gotta buy high. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. All right, so let's open up. I think since I have two screens, it's not going to be comfortable. I have to twist myself. But let's try opening up a coding environment and try making a quick algorithm. Just a simple one. Just to see what it looks like on today. All right, hang tight. I got my goober barking in the booger, and see if I'll be right back. All right, we're back. All right, so let's just put together a quick script on this chart. Hopefully you can see everything on the screen, because as I modify my screen, I won't be able to really see what you see. All right, so let's go ahead and open up the coding environment and everything. Man, gosh, I know you spend money on stuff and you get what you pay for, but man, this thing is so quick. It's so quick. Love it. All right, so let's make it so that you can see the coding environment. So window capture, easy language. All right, that's too big. All right, let's do this and we'll put it up. Don't want to move that. I guess I better lock that in place. Nope. It's dark out here. All right, we'll lock that. We'll lock this, and then we'll move this. Okay, then we'll lock that. Okay, all right, so like I said, let's just do something simple. We're going to do it for, well, I mean, this particular stock here isn't a great longing opportunity, because it's not. Because it's going down and down, down. Let's make it on Tesla. You know, I love making algorithms for these tech stocks, but Tesla doesn't really have a lot of great opportunities either, because it's not pulling back any. Tesla is just going straight up. It's like, well, that'd be easy because you just throw a dart and then get in. All right, let's look at it maybe on the I thought I had one for like the 15-second time frame. Let's make another chart. And see if we can identify some entries on the 15-second time frame. Tesla is doing it, man. They're moving back up. Okay, so now that command line is stuck on there again. Like I said, you can't see it, but and it won't go away. And I don't want to put anything in the command line because I'm afraid that I will restart this workspace. If I restart this workspace, it'll lose my data points, which I don't really have any data points on here. And what I mean by data points is like these bid and the ask, this kind of information, this bid and the ask, that information, it only populates real time. So if you have the chart open, it'll give you these dots, it'll give you this information. But if you don't have the chart open, then it won't populate back here. You see this area back here? Let's open it up. See this area back here? For bid and ask size, it's all flat line. It's a flat line. That means that I probably didn't open this chart until this bar right here, until 12:05, and at 12:05 it started receiving data. And so it'll continue to plot as long as it's got the chart open receiving data, but for the time that it didn't have data, it won't give you what we call historical information. So, you know, 12:05 right now, it is 12:55. I really don't have that much time worth of worth of data. I end up getting one dot there. Beyond that, there's not really anything there. So I mean, I guess it's okay to restart this screen if need be. But let's look at the 15-second time frame. And I got these handy dandy little thingies up here. I just wish I could get that off my screen. Alright, that's off now. You can't see it, but I can. All right, so on the 15-second time frame, what's going on? What's going on? Tesla, what you doing? Going straight up. Now, even if you have an algorithm in, you can still lose money, right? So just because it's going up doesn't mean that you can make an algorithm that's going to make you money. All right, so let's start with just a little small area here. I'm trying to get better at, because I have so many hotkeys on here, I'm trying to get better at being able to just get my hotkeys in without looking down at my keyboard every time. And now that I have a different size keyboard where it's not on my laptop, the distance is off too. Alright, and I need this to stay in drawing mode, so come here. Let's see, how do we get these? That's the question. How do we get these on the 15-second time frame? How do we get these? Alright, so one of the things that we know, let's go ahead over here and start show me, and we're going to call it 15-second Tesla 082923. That's the nomenclature that I pretty much use. Oh my God, what? Do I not have my templates anymore? Because I had templates that would pretty much, let me see, let me open something up. I had templates that pretty much laid out everything the way I like it. So if I go to a show me that's, let me find one that's more recent. I know I was doing stuff with NEPT 827 NVIDIA. Let's see, has that got it? Yeah, that has it. So let me open another, let me start another one and see. Yeah, it didn't give me the option. Okay, so this is, I don't even think I did anything on this one. I didn't add anything. Okay, so this NVIDIA here, this is pretty much my template. So we're going to save as template. Alright, show me 5, 1, and 5 template. Alright, and we're just going to come here, copy, paste. Alright, so my verify not work anymore? What's verify? F3. This study is currently applied to okay. Thing is, on the laptop, I had to hit function in F3. Now I only have to hit F3. So, oh man, a whole new keyboard. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go here. We're gonna open and show me. This is 15-second Tesla 829. Open that. Okay. True. Edit studies. Let me make sure that you can see this. Window capture. This is customize. Alright, so customize, open. We're going to close that. Alright, so that puts that everywhere with my 15-second time frame. I like to come down here and make it yellow. I need to put a dot on that. Okay. And so most of these entries here looking pretty good under the 9 moving average. So the first condition is going to be that the open is less than the SA9. And that it's a bear. Bear bar, bearish bar. What's the volume looking like on these? Volume is up there. Volume is down. Volume is up. I'm seeing a number of these that has the volume that is greater than the 6 moving average of the volume. So I'm going to go that the volume is greater than V6. I didn't put bear? Bear? Okay. Alright, and you see that when we get to that swing high, it gets a little bit dicey. Let's say that there's at least got to be a swing high. That at least can't be 5 bars from the swing high. So let's make a swing high. So we're going to take this off. A swing high that has a strength of 6. It's going to look over 10. How did I do that? That little black. What is that? Insert? Oh, okay. Right. New keyboard. Again, I'm telling you, new keyboard. Okay. Swing high of 6. Swing high. So that the swing high has got to be. If it detects a swing high, it's going to be the value. And if it doesn't detect a swing high, then it's going to be -1. So let's say that the swing high will be just to make sure that we get enough of a pullback away from it. Let's see what this distance is here, from here to here. Default will be no extension. But we do need to have the information, labels, right justify, percent change, bar count. Okay, so 0.35%. So we'll say from the swing high, it's got to be less than 35%, or it's got to be -1. So that's just saying that. That's just saying that, well, because if it doesn't detect a swing high yet, it'll be -1. I think I'd maybe want to make it a little bit more complicated, but let's do that swing high minus let's see, the open has got to be less than, open has got to be less than the swing high times 0.35, what is that, 0.9965, 9965, it's got to be less than that. Swing high, swing H. Swing has got to be open point 0.0035 .0035. Let's see here. Where is my stuff? I think that's, let's make it 0.075. Yeah. Oh, well, we got one. We got that one. That's the one that we were looking at. All right, but we don't want it to be that exclusive. No. Never. Never. All right, so now when we adjust it, we get 0.80, but I'm going to say or -1. Or -1. No. Or swing high equals -1. Okay. So now we get those. Unfortunately, we get these. So one thing that we all know is that if you have a swing high and you have a whole lot of volume, you got to be careful because it could be meeting opposition. So I think we're going to find the number of bars back the swing high is and then go, what is that? How many bars is that? What? I told you to be default. Defunct is ya. That's what you is. Defunct. Percent change. And what? We're going to set that as this, as the default. Oh, and the bar count. Alright, so that's 23 bars. So we're going to find out what the swing high is and go 23 bars before it. And if there is volume, I feel like I want to say if there's volume greater than 2 times the moving average of volume, then we're going to ignore. We're not going to take any trades unless we find a swing low of at least 10 bars. All right, let's try that. 23 bar. Okay, 23 bars. All right, so swing high bar of, we want it to be 23 is going to be very restrictive. We're going to do 15, and we're going to check over 20 bars. Yeah. All right, so that's swing high B. Swing high B. Swing high B. That's the number of bars ago. So if the volume of, okay, New keyboard. Keys are all over the place. Way different. Swing high B. So the volume of swing high B needs to be of range. Occurrence. Recent occurrence. We're going to use recent occurrence, which is going to say that that if there's been an occurrence of whatever you want to happen, if that has happened within how many ever bars ago you want to specify, then it's going to return a number. It's going to return the number of bars ago that happened. So let's see. So the recent occurrence, the test that we want is that the volume is greater than 2 times V50, and V50 is there's blue line. There's blue line of volume down here. That's the 50 period moving average of the volume, and you see we have these high volumes here, these higher volumes here, these higher volumes here. When you get to those higher volumes, it's kind of getting time for a pullback, right? Yeah. So we want to avoid those times. This looks like this time here. Well, and of course you have that. This is like that exhaustion. This one here is high. It's high, but it's really that exhaustion period of the buyers, and that's why you get this pullback. And we know that makes sense. So like I said, we're going to look for this swing high, and then we're going to look for a number of bars back prior to that swing high. We should not have this happen, and if we do, then we're going to wait until we get to a swing low that has at least 10 bars on each side. Yes, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do. All right. So volume is, so if the volume is, volume is greater than 2 times V50, and let's see what that said again. So that is test length instance flag. Test length. How many bars ago? Swing high bars ago. Plus, but we're going to add another 20 bars to it. 15 bars. Plus 15 bars. Test length instance and flag. Flag just means, are you starting from the end of the bar range, or are you starting from the beginning of the bar range? Flag 1 or 2. Is it 1 or 2 or 0 1? Either way, I just use 1 because I'm looking for the most recent one. I think it's 1 or 2. All right, so the recent occurrence. So now if that recent occurrence number, if it doesn't find that existing, it's going to populate -1. If it does find that existing, it's going to populate whatever bar that is. So if we do have that happening, we have a bar, then we want to wait. So recent occurrence has got to be, but we're going to say that that's got to be equals -1 because we don't want it to happen. And then I need to put an if in there. Let's see what happens there. Okay, swing high. Oh, we don't need that because we don't have another value that it's surrounding. Swing high B. Swing high B. Yes, you do. Swing high B. Oh, swing HB. All right. So we get something like this. Okay. I can dig it. But I really didn't want this. So if the volume is greater than within that distance equals -1, recent occurrence volume over 2 swing plus 15 is -1. Yeah. think that's it. All right. Recent occurrence volume is greater than 2 times the moving average of the 50. How many bars back? Swing high bars back. Yeah, plus 15. Okay. I think this needs to be conditional. It needs to be like if swing high B is greater than 0, then condition 5 equals that. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Looking sweet now. Oh, it's looking sweet. It's looking good. All right. So, the only one that we have that I really don't love are these. And why? Because this one should be waiting, because we haven't developed that swing high of 6 bars yet. Wait a minute. Yes, we have. Let's zoom in that beautiful bean footage. Let's see. All right, so this is going to be the swing high. This one right here, and it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or maybe this is considered the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then this would be the 6. Okay, so I imagine if we put 7 here, then that should disappear. I imagine. I don't know. And it didn't. So that's not doing what I thought it would do there. 7, swing high, 1, swing high. And then what's that distance? 0.10%. Open is less than swing high. Okay, so we got to take it a step further. I'm curious, what is swing high? So now, and you know, you don't have to do all this stuff. I like to do it because I don't know any better. I'm extra. But I would probably leave it right there and then just go ahead and put together a strategy with this info in it. And then you probably put something together, this referencing a swing high or that same kind of verbiage, and not take this one, not have a wick that's this long, especially when it's not terribly lower than everything else. Now, if it dropped down way down here and now you have a long wick, that's fine. But for this long wick to be right here against all these, then probably not. So you could say something like, if these bars are moving slightly over, right? And this is, how many bars is that? That's going to be 10 bars. If you got 10 bars moving slightly over, and that regression, or that linear regression, well, you could either do the slope or the y-intercept, is fairly level, then you don't want to take a candle with the wick that long, or it's certainly not 4 times larger than its body. Let's see what the slope is there. If we do a function, if we do a indicator that shows us the slope over 10 bars, what is the slope there? Yeah, let's do that. All right, so I'm gonna make another one. It's gonna say indicator, and I probably already have one like this, so I'm just gonna call it slope delete, because once I make it, I probably need to end up deleting it. Deleting. All right, so plot 1 is going to be linear regression. Uh-oh, where you at? What? Where you at? Linear regression. Come on. Linear regression? LinReg? Where is everything at? It is weird. This is weird. Linear. This is weird. Okay, let me see it. Let me. Let's see. Surely I probably just have it wrong. LinReg, yeah, LinReg slope, LinReg slope. But nothing is coming up. That's weird. Value 1 equals linreg. Huh. I might have a problem here. Again, so, you know, I just got a new computer, and so I've moved over pretty much everything from my prior computer, but I had some issues with everything coming over, all my workspaces, all of my functions, and but linear regression is not a new function though. That's a function that, let's see, that's a function that Tradestation has. Let me make sure that you can see that one. Window capture. Let's see. Just so you can see what I'm looking at here. There's another one. There's one. Alright. Alright, so this is what I'm looking at. Where did we go? Where did it go? Alright, so functions, linreg. See? Linreg here. Oh. Linear, but I'm pretty sure I typed linear out the first time. Pretty sure I did. Yeah. Linear. I'm sure somebody sees something that I'm not seeing, because there's only one way to spell linear, and that's it. And let me go right back to it and see. Function. Okay, here's linreg. This is, I think this is what I was using before. But then there's linear regression slope. It should come up either way. It should come up either way. Let's just open that up. This is... Huh. I might, you know what? I think I probably need to like verify all, since I got the, no, because some of the other stuff. Anyway, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try it, and then while this works, I'll look at something else. So I'm going to go to verify all. Some of the times when you pull over new functions and new codes and scripts and stuff like that, you really need to do a verify all, so it verifies all the functions, all the scripts, and make sure that everything is, you know, in the computer's memory. So, but that usually takes a while, or at least it takes a while on my other computer. See all these strategies. A lot of these are strategies that I made, but then a lot of these other ones are already functions that were in the system. And I don't even know if you can see that. Let's see. Let's make another window capture. There you go. Now you can see that. I need to just start sharing my whole window. Okay, so while that's working, let's see. Yeah, I think I'm going to be mostly happy with all of these. Certainly missed some of these up here, but that might be another script that we would put together to capture that other stuff. This up here, okay, I think this one up here, we'd lose that one once we put together this linreg portion that I'm talking about. I think we'd lose this one. Okay, it's done. And now it's messing up my screen. I think we lose that one. Oh, that's what that was over here. I need to add that back. That was a chart analysis. That was duplicate drawing. I do want that. I don't know what it's called now. But I got rid of a lot of stuff on my screen just to make it easier for me to navigate and quicker to navigate through my screen, and I got rid of that. And I needed it. Can't find it now. New parallel, that's what it is. Nah, wrong one. New parallel. Still wrong one. What? Okay, so it ought to get rid of this one here and that one there, and that'll be good. Alright, so let's go back to here and see if it shows up. No, still doesn't show up. So I don't even know what to do now. Well, I think it recognized it. I think what typically goes in here is the length. So let's say 10 and linear regression. No, linear regression slope is how it, or maybe it's linreg slope is how it normally goes. I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah, it's not going to do it. Something is wrong with my stuff. So that sucks because I use that. Linear reg slope. Let's try that. It ain't gonna do it. All right, but that's how I make my scripts a little bit more complex, is using other functions and making them complex. But I'm not going to be able to do that right now because something is not working. So get this one out of here. We'll just go ahead and move this over to a strategy and see what it would do. And I haven't done the strategy optimization report on this computer yet, so I'm curious to see how well it does or how fast it goes. So we're going to make a strategy, and then this one is going to be called 15-second. The same thing as the show me. And man, I'm missing my template here also. So let's open a. Shoo! Starting over is for the birds. Let's see, a strategy. I was doing a lot with Tesla. 815, 816, 817. I did a Google one. Let's take this one. Okay, we're going to take this, we're going to copy it, we're going to go here, no, the strategy, paste it, I'm going to get conditions, value, I want to delete these. I think I just did like condition 1. If condition 1, then dot, dot, dot. I'm going to go and save as template. And this is going to be Eric's strategy template. Alright, then we're going to go back to Tesla. And we're going to copy all this. Go to the strategy, put it in here, do that, and then we need to figure out where we want to use a starting point from. So we're trying to figure out how deep we need the stop loss to be. So we can go from here to here, and that is 0.23%, or stop loss could be from here to here, which is like 0.20%. And then as far as going up, hopefully we can capture something like that. I mean, over here is looking pretty good, but 0.6%, and this is 0.2 or 0.36, 0.6. Let's go 0.4, 0.2 and 0.4. So we go here, and for the stop loss, we do 0.2. And for the take profit, we do 0.4. The reason why I do these templates like this is because every time when I'm putting one of these strategies together, I have to end up putting in the same kind of verbiage over and over. The stop loss, the take profit, the buying at the next bar, buying the next bar at the market price, doing the counting, the average entry price, all that kind of stuff, setting the stop loss per share. So now that's just kind of on autopilot. Alright, so 15-second Tesla strategy. Let's just see what it would have done, how it would do. Like I said, I really need for that other component to work for me to improve the efficiency. The strike rate. Was it 15-second? Tesla 8. It's not 825. There it is, 829. Okay. Alright. It's on. Let's do customize. 0.2, 0.4. We're going to do optimize. Let me make sure you can see what I'm looking at, because I don't know if you can see it. Yes, you can. So 0.2, going to optimize that. 0.4, going to optimize that. So it's just looking for the most optimal numbers to be profitable. 0.2, 0.4, you do properties for all. I usually put everything, all my stuff at 50,000 because it's more so close to an account size I would use. And taking $35,000 trades at a time, that's because I'm risky. Alright, I don't think this is going to work. 50 bar max reference, it's probably going to kick that out. Negative error. Yeah, probably needs like 200 bars. Yeah, try to reference more bars back. Let me see. There you go. And you can see what I'm working with here. Okay. All right, so that strategy probably needs to have 200 bars. 200 bars to, or 201 to reference. And if that's not it, then I need to go and figure it out. Alright, but I was in the process of, well, one, I need a status, turn it on, and then need to customize it. I was in the process of optimizing. Did it come back up? No, I think it's done. It's done? Man, that thing is just way quicker than my old computer. So it would have made a whopping $6 today. Taking 9 trades. Did we get that order share right? Think so. Yeah. Interest. 1%. Maximum shares? Oh, come on. You know we're going to do a maximum of 500,000 shares. Minimum number of shares, we want that to be 1. Okay. All right, so that changed the net profit to 837. 837 on the day. I mean, that's not like, you know, some of you great day traders out there that's like really know what you're doing. It's not, you know, it's not what you're doing because you're probably making like, you know, $40,000 a day. But I'm saying if you can make $1,000 a day without even doing anything, then I mean, that equity curve is nice. Oh, you can't even see the screen I'm looking at. I tell you, man, I think I'm gonna start sharing my entire window, and then I'll just turn off my notifications and stuff like that. But because I've got to share every single thing with you, which is kind of crazy. Optimization, oh, we're gonna spell it like that. That's what we're gonna do. Optimization. Okay, so that's the equity curve. This is the performance summary. So it would have made 837 on those. I think it's like 9 trades. 9 trades it took with a 55% profitability rate. It's not bad. You know, 20 is terrible. 30 is not so good. 70 is awesome. Don't see a lot of 70s. 55% is not bad. Performance. That's the performance graph. Periodic return. Okay. But that's about all of that, folks. I'm curious to see how this would have run in a, you know, because this is just for today. So the problem is when you run this like 30 days back. When you run it 30 days back, now the logic, the setup that happens right here happens other places too, but there may be another nuance that's in play and causes this decent trade to become a bad trade. And so really that 55% is fine for today, but you probably, when you run it back 20 days or 30 days, you need to quantify, you need to qualify that these trades need to be happening over this red line. Need to be happening over the 200 moving average. Or these trades need to be happening over this blue line, over the VWAP. So when you just look at a little small snippet, it's easy to just put in one piece of logic. When you look at a little bit bigger snippet, you need a couple pieces of logic. You need an even bigger snippet, you need more logic. So just for shit, kicks and giggles, let's run this back. I'm missing something here. Session hours. E? No, not E. Instead of running it back one day, let's see. Well, I gotta do something else to share that screen with you. But instead of running it back one day, let's run it back like 20 days. Okay, and I'm sure that performance report would change. Well, it did. So instead of those 9 trades, we got 179 trades. But remember, just for the day we were up right at $900. Now that we ran it back, what was it, 20 days? No, 10 days? What did I put it for? Jesus. That's how bad my memory is. Okay, I went back 20 days, is that right? 816, 829? That looks more like 13 days or so. Maybe it's 20 trading date? I don't know. Okay. But I put the run back 20 days, and it set me up for 816. Interesting. All right. But like I said, if we change this, I want to try to keep this on the screen, but I'm gonna move it over here so I can show you what I'm doing. Okay, and I'm gonna change. I'm gonna change this logic to say that that this is only applicable when the open is over the 200 moving average. Now let's see if it changes. It actually made it worse, right? So some of those trades that it was taking down here were under the 200 moving average, right? Let's see. And then what if we said the other one was, what if we said that the price had to be over the VWAP? Open is over VWAP. Yeah, see, my VWAP is no longer here. I used to have a VWAP, and this is not it. It was a VWAP underscore H. So I'm not going to be able to use this VWAP. That sucks. Biscuits! Alright. Maybe we'll do something like the simple moving average of the 9 is over the simple moving average of the 200. And that made it go down even more. And the simple moving average of the 9 being over the simple moving average of the 200, that's just saying that the 9 is moving over 200. Let's say that the so we're just getting rid of more trades here now. And of course, I'm actually making all these changes blindly. I'm not even looking at the rest of the chart to see where it went wrong. I'm just making changes. And clearly that's not how you do it, but that's what I'm doing right now. You know what? I'm just going to take that out, because then that makes that just a waste of time. All right. Okay, so 50% profitability on the day. We made $900. No, this is 816 back to 829. That's still $900 there. Let's change this to 1 day. And on 1 day, yeah, it made the same, 837. Crazy, right? And that's why I'm working on making these algorithms every single day so I can get good enough to where I can make them complex enough to not break even. But like I said, I'm missing some components of this thing that typically allow me to make it a lot more complex, and I'm missing it in my I'm missing it because I came over to a new computer. I was just looking, some of these bars and some of these indicators that I made them a while ago, and they're still here, which for Tradestation, for some other applications they stay regardless, but for Tradestation, They only stay on the chart that you have open. So I'm just surprised that it's still here. And I haven't deleted this one. But look at these. All these look terrible. Like, all these look terrible. So they're way too close to a... way too close to break and, you know, triple tops and all that kind of stuff. So you need to put in some logic to prevent you from getting in too close to that. No significant volume change for a reversal.
Someone is at home front door.
Okay, but that's it. I'll play with some other stuff later, and maybe I'll come back with something better. But for now, that's what I got. All right, guys, I'm Eric. I'm out. Peace.